Okay, hello, Key Biscayne. It is Friday, October 30th, and this is the No One's Listening show, back after a long hiatus from June. I am your host, Rafa. I'm here with the excellent panel. To my left is Manny.
Man, Rafa, it's been so long. I'm just so glad that COVID's over so we can do the show again.
Wait a minute, Manny. I fucked up your mic. Hold on.
Uh-oh. The F word already started.
Go again?
I was just saying it's been so long. I'm just glad that COVID's over and we can have the show again.
Well, something's up, and I don't know what it is. This looks good. Give it a jiggle. All right.
Technical difficulties? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Manny?
Here.
I think your mic is sideways, dude.
What do you mean?
Your
mic's
mic is
a little
sideways.
bit sideways.
How about now?
There you go. All right.
Wow, that was embarrassing.
To his left. Oh, wait. I'll get you after. Hold on.
I just want to adjust my mic as well.
Did you turn it on?
Yeah.
Go like that, like me. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. I might have turned you off. I
Sorry.
did.
Technical?
It turned me on now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's start over.
I'm your host, Rafa. To my left is Manny.
Rafa, it's so good to be here. I'm so happy that COVID's over. Now that we can have the show again, it's good to be back together.
All right. To his left is Lenny.
COVID's over? Question mark. Okay. Hi, guys.
And in the back is the Peanut Gallery. Say hi, please.
Hi, please.
That's
Hello,
Mr.
please.
I like how you guys are in matching colored shirts,
Yeah.
which is not like a normal color for both of you to really like call each other
Yeah,
this morning and
that's
say
cute.
let's link up on the yellow shirts. That's beautiful.
Halloween, so
It's not on.
Oh, my
check
God.
one too.
Okay,
Well,
peanut
it's
gallery.
Halloween, so you
Clearly,
know,
we're a little rusty.
Yeah, peanut gallery.
I like it. All right, guys. Start how we always start. A little weekend talk. A little more like, what have you been up to? How has the COVID been? Have you gone out yet since the curfew's been lifted? Have you gone to any places in Miami out at night till 5 a.m. or anything like that? Anybody do that yet?
Okay, I'll go first. No, I've not been out till 5 a.m. off of Key Biscayne.
Okay.
I might have been out till 5 a.m. here on Key Biscayne with some buddies at a friend's house once, I think, the whole COVID. Bad idea, by the way. Next morning was no good when we woke up at 8 in the morning for work. But I haven't really gone out. We went to dinner one time in this place on Crowell Way. I forgot the name of it right now. But and we had dinner there. There was no one there. It was nice. Off the Key, I really haven't.
We did our first live event, which is something, that's a milestone, right?
that
After COVID. Live, like live music, live
cool.
comedy, we went to a comedy club show.
Oh, no way.
Yep. It was at the Hard Rock. There's a Hard Rock in Bayside. And so new Key Biscayne resident, they just moved down. We've gotten to know the family a little bit. And they invited us to go, he's like, Robin, she said, Manny, give me a list. Who do you want to go? So we put a few people together, and she's like, oh, there's going to be some Key Biscayne people. You'll probably know some people. Like 40 people from the Key, so it was a whole Key section. But it was great because, you're always afraid it's a little COVID-y.
Yeah.
But as one person came in after the other, I was like, oh, he had it, she had it, they had it for sure. And, so it was like, oh, it's great. We're here with all these people. Luckily, everyone's already had it.
And who was playing?
David Altucher. Altucher, yeah, sorry about
I have
that.
no idea who that is.
Yeah, he's a comedian, and his daughter is the Philibag intern. So
Cool.
yeah, the mom is her name is Robin. She's awesome.
So Manny, you had 40 people you can ask. Rafa, did you go? Were you invited?
Would I? What it?
No, I didn't invite you.
Oh,
Lenny.
yeah. Thank you, freaking Manny.
I did invite Rafa, but
Gracias.
that was a sidebar.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I've been going out to as soon as the bars opened, I went. Even before that, I was so excited to get out of off the Key really because I was having such cabin fever. Even though I love everybody on this island,
Right.
Like to go see some and hear from other people, So, great bar in downtown, a new place called Over Under.
Oh, cool.
There last week. I was so excited. I drank way too many drinks, which usually doesn't happen to me. And
What on a Tuesday?
this is on a Thursday.
On a Thursday, yeah.
sister
Usually
went
it's
there.
Tuesday that's happening.
Oh, really?
I think my sister went there.
I actually ran into her
Okay.
at Seven Seas
Okay.
on Saturday.
Oh, so you've been out a lot, Rafa.
Yeah, so I went to
Rafa's
Seven
been.
Seas because we went to my buddy Javi's house. Hey, Javi, he listens. And the whole plan was like, dude, you live right next to it, so let's go after, and
Cool.
do some karaoke or something. But
Ooh, karaoke's a no-no. That's when you're screaming and everyone's singing in the background.
No, the
and-
karaoke with a mask on, Manny.
with all these, I don't know, these dives, I don't even know, what's going on. But
right? That's what they say.
Yeah.
It's all like a lot of aerosol flying out there.
I agree, but you have to wear a mask. I think they wear a mask.
yeah,
no?
you
Okay.
do wear a mask
Yeah.
while you sing.
I mean, it keeps it in a little bit.
Don't lick the mic.
You know, I
when
went
you're
to a
doing karaoke.
Yeah, yeah. Do not lick the mic for sure. No way.
And so that's awesome. It just feels good to be out.
Right. I'm trying to think if I went anywhere else. I mean, I did go on a trip. We drove to Savannah, North Georgia, and then the Panhandle, Florida, to this place called Watercolor, which never been to. The water there is beautiful. It's like Bahamian blue water with white sand. The sand is like powdered donuts.
It's like Walton
awesome.
County, or
It's kind of it's beautiful. It's like it's
Oh,
called water.
there.
It's called the 30A.
Panhandle.
It's
area.
kind of like it's
Yes,
before
the
Destin
Panhandle.
and before Pensacola, and it's called the 30A. I mean, you guys look it up. It's really
beautiful. There's beautiful state parks up there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So in the midst of this, maybe if you guys remember, the last show we did was at the end of June, okay, or something like that, right before.
At the end of June, they were just so a little context. At the end of
Shutting us
June, they were just reopening the beaches for the first time and getting ready to shut them for 4th of July. So, remember, they opened them for a minute,
Right,
and then all of a sudden, 4th of July, they just closed them.
Okay,
Right.
so soon after that, we went to Sarasota, and in Sarasota, it's like there was nothing. You would go into places, and they would look at you weird if you had a mask on.
Oh yeah.
With
Oh
some
yeah.
disdain, even.
Oh yeah.
And there was live music at the bars. There was at the restaurant bars. Type
Yeah.
of thing. It was like it wasn't even happening.
Yeah.
Which maybe for them it really wasn't.
Well,
because
that's
everything-
exactly what happened to us. We drive up to Savannah, and I'm going to say 10% of the people are wearing masks. And I'm like, are we being bamboozled down in South Florida? Like, what's going on here? No one else is wearing a mask. We're the only losers wearing a mask. We start to get comfortable. You're scared. And then North Georgia, no one was wearing a mask. We were wearing masks. Only the people who were working the restaurants wore masks, but no one else walking around the city and stuff. Nobody.
Well-
if nothing has happened.
Yeah, in Sarasota, I guess some of the workers, if I think about it, but some of them looked at me like, what are you doing? But I think the difference is rural versus urban. There's
I
just
guess.
a lot more people here. It's a lot
Yeah.
more dense, and the chances must be higher. I mean,
Right.
you wouldn't have the numbers that we
Right.
have in the county. And
It's
they
interesting.
just don't have those numbers in those places, so they don't really. They're just like whatever.
Right.
And
now the numbers are going up. I think the numbers are going up because all the college kids are back, and they don't give a shit. They're like, let's party. And in my opinion, I think it's okay. Let all of them get that herd immunity. They're the ones who are spreading it silently. Let them all get it and get it over with.
as long as they don't give it to their grandma.
Exactly. Don't bring it home to abuela, okay? Don't do it. Stay in the hotel. Stay with your girlfriend, and don't come bring it home to abuela. Don't. That's the way it is. That's what we're going to
How
do.
about how about just the random cough? I've been coughing when I wake up in the morning for like 25 years. Webby, how about you? Webby, do you ever cough in the morning or any time? It's like,
Is this on?
Yes, it's on.
yeah, but you got to really get on that mic the whole time
I gotta
and look
get
at
on
the
the whole
mic.
time?
Look at it.
George and I.
Look at the mic.
So George Lopez, my dearest buddy in the world. Listen, go to lunch today.
Tom.
And I have a sneeze attack. Listen, in Artisan. I'm like it's bad.
I was uncomfortable.
So-
with that one.
Lopez, yeah.
I was
I
uncomfortable.
had to
People
deal.
were looking at us.
It was a sneeze attack. It happens, and it was. Hello, is this on?
Go on.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
I can.
So the sneeze attack, and then what happened?
Anyway,
People
so
looked at you?
I just felt uncomfortable. It was completely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
we were in a table in the middle of the restaurant.
In the
Oh,
middle
man.
of the restaurant.
People start looking at us. Hey, this guy,
Oh man. Yeah, you can't sneeze anymore.
That's happening in a bunch of places where I'm just like,
everyone sort of looks at you like, who's this guy?
I don't have
Suspect.
it.
Well, at least people are thinking about it when you're sneezing. You're like, oh shit, and you're trying to be polite and nice. So I mean, that's
I saw a meme where there were 3 Spider-Men. Like now there's like a lot of Spider-Men, right? It's a whole crew. And they were all coughing, and they were pointing to each other, and one was like forest fires, weed cough, forest fire cough, corona cough.
Right.
Flu cough.
Yeah. allergy cough. I mean, there's
Right.
a million
Could be
coughs and
anything.
sneezes you can have. It's crazy. Yeah. It's where, it is what it is.
Whatever.
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes. That one
Yeah.
gets me.
Right. So
Like,
that's what
you know.
that's.
I
Yeah.
have that little smoker's cough that shows up every once in a while.
I smoked for 25 years. 25 years,
Wow.
man. 15 to 40. So I've been quit. I've been haven't smoked for like 25 years.
Yeah, exactly. So you still got a little rough patch there.
Feels that way.
All right. And what about on the key? Anything? I remember. When
Nothing's happened on the key.
You know what's funny is
Just
how
kidding. I'm
quick
kidding.
People wanted to go back out because as soon as everything was open, Novecento was bustling and it hasn't stopped since then.
Oh, my God.
Every night, well, not every night. Every night that it's like on a Friday or a Thursday,
Yeah.
it gets going and
The
people
yacht-
are like, whatever.
People
yacht
are
club
over
is
it.
going
People want
to-
to be outside.
Yeah.
I went to a sports bar in Brickell a couple of weeks ago when City of Miami, boom, you're allowed to be open. Finally, the place was packed, and it was just, but it was nice. Everyone needed to get
people
out.
are stir crazy. They're ready to get back to work. People need to make money.
Well, if you're
Of
talking
course.
about on the key, we're on the key, right? So
Right.
what's happening right now on the key? What's the biggest event on the key every year?
Halloween.
Halloween.
So we are on the eve on what we used to call like Hell
Haunted
Night
Heights.
or something. No.
Mischief night.
Yeah, that was Mischief Night. or
Yeah.
Hell Night. The night before, remember?
Yes.
Back in the day.
And now there's going to be it's canceled.
Halloween
That's what
is
they're saying.
canceled.
Yeah, Halloween is
I was
canceled, but
thinking-
not really. There's been a lot of options, a lot of things, a lot of creativity is happening. I think it's great. It's positive. The haunted house, the people that decorate their homes loop. You can enter a contest, and you give your location, and I'm sure that map will come out, and people will do a loop around the island.
Right.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. I think that we're gonna see the pop up of the COVID lounge, which was that front yard. Bring your little chair and your cooler, and you come and sit in front someone's front yard.
We're having a little thing at the beach park tomorrow.
Not really. Not really.
Nobody's listening.
There's a bunch of stuff going on. There's trick or treat, COVID trick or treat on the docks of the yacht club apparently tomorrow. Oh, today's Friday. It's today. It's probably happening right now as we speak.
Yeah, there's also the at the Cleat. They're doing a movie there tonight, Hocus Pocus,
Yeah.
from 6 to 9.
Cool.
But not really advertised. They had 12 tables separated by 10 feet.
Nice.
And then there was the Cleat, which has their capacity, and they also have tables set up. Everyone's very aware of of the protocols. But what's not happening is the best part.
What?
What's not happening? Well, no, not the haunted.
Yeah,
not the
that
haunted
makes
height.
me sad.
No, what we're maybe getting rid of is the Glenridge gridlock.
Yeah, that's actually
That's
good.
Like half-assed. Like,
The-
No, you know what? And maybe, the outsiders are always going to come back.
I'm crossing my fingers.
It's gonna
So for
happen.
the listener that doesn't know, in the past 10 years, Halloween turned on the key from go trick or treat wherever you want with any house that has decorations is fine. Anna just got here.
Yay!
Any house that has decorations, you can go to do it. Knock on their door.
People who live on that street had to put a line item in their budget every year of like $1,500
That's on Glenridge. Yeah.
on Glenridge.
But I'm talking about, so it used to be a normal trick or treat thing. Now-
Hello?
Hey, Anna.
Yay, Anna's here.
What about bobbing for apples? None of that this year, right? Because
Never
people used to stick their head in a bucket of water, saying, there's a lot of germs in there and stuff. I'm just saying.
That was gross before
Candy
COVID.
corn.
You kids these days,
Unwrapped.
they don't even know what that is, but you definitely don't want to do that in these times.
Lopez.
That's a
bobbing for
good
apples.
one.
George,
Wait.
that was gross before then.
Sorry, how long ago did you guys start? Just so I know where we are.
We're not going, we're totally off the cuff.
This is-
Okay, amazing. Hi,
this is-
guys. Hi.
This is free for all.
Amazing. Woo woo.
So wait, let me get back to my stupid story about Halloween. The problem is,
The Glenridge gridlock.
yeah, so somebody decided, let's all just trick or treat on one block on Glenridge, the 400 block.
No, what happened was, the Reverend from the Key
Oh,
Biscayne
that's
Community
true.
Church, Reverend Bones, would decorate his yard like spectacular. His yard was super cool, so people started going there. And then there also was the Village Green, which wasn't there when we were kids, but it's now a big congregation of the teenagers, in the shaving cream farm and
Right,
stuff.
right, that's
So
where the
that
shaving
part
cream
of
farms are.
town, Glenridge, just became a go-to spot.
Right.
And then it just spiraled
Blew
out
up.
of
It
control.
became the only spot.
The only
That's
spot.
the problem is with congregating all over there.
Not
you
anymore,
lose that
Anna.
fun. Well, not
Thanks to
anymore.
COVID, Now the
Hopefully
Glenridge
it'll go back to
gridlock has
normal.
been broken. People will revert now to
Trick or
one
treating
of
on
the
their block.
That's the fun part, like finding out who has
Yeah.
candy, who doesn't.
Right.
one of the best things about this Corona time has been the loser lap that people started taking around the island. People started
Yeah.
walking around all corners of the island.
Yeah.
And now they can do that with Halloween.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
though they're not going to be going trick or treating, they're just taking a walk.
So there's
and
one
there's going to be
thing-
decorations and people out there dressed up. And
There's one thing that I don't get about trick or treating here on the Key, which it's not about COVID or whatever. I grew up in New York, in Manhattan, and we would start at the top of the building and go down the stairs floor by floor and trick or treat at apartments. Nobody trick or treats in apartments here.
I know. No one does. I used to-
Like, yeah, there's the houses, but like it's also fun to trick or treat in a building when you're a kid and like
I used to
especially when you're
always
super
leave
young.
It's
a bowl
easy-
of candy for the kids to go around in my condo,
Yeah,
and
and
I would go
nobody-
trick-or-treating my daughter, and no, the candy would be gone. They would. I don't know.
But
I don't
in
know
Key,
what-
in
it's
Key
gone.
Colony, they don't because I put a little thing on the door, decoration, and nobody comes.
Oh, really?
I get stuck with like candy for a year, and then the next year I put it out. It was like a year old, and I put it in a bag and said, "Take one," and the kids took it. But it was good. A year old Kit Kats.
When I was a kid, I definitely trick or treated at Key Colony, and it was fine. There was enough people to.
Not the past couple of years.
No, exactly, because
Of the
parents
Glenridge.
have taken everybody to Glenridge, so nobody at the
Right.
apartments ever gives anything.
Yeah.
Slowly, like all the Harbor Drive people are like, well, nobody's showing up to trick or treat here anyway. We may as well not do it.
And that's an epic mistake. They got
That's a
the
huge
money and the good
mistake.
candy, supposedly. Supposedly, at least back in the day, Duncan Yo-Yo used to give yo-yos out.
Oh
And it
wow.
was cool.
Ken
That's
Russell,
fancy.
Ken Russell's father. You know Ken Russell, the
yo-yo guy?
Yeah. It was
His
in the
son's a
corner.
good guy.
Mashta there. We'd go there like first, get the first.
That's awesome.
And he'd give out the first like coolest yo-yo ever, like the one that just came out, the one with lights. You know.
That's funny.
let me
It
tell
was
you
fun.
about this manatee at Mashta today.
Oh,
Okay.
So it's about 10:30 in the morning, and I have a missed call from Bicycle Bill Durham, and I don't answer because I'm on the other line. And then he calls me back. I was making some breakfast. He's like, "Manny, there's a manatee. I think it's dead at the
Ugh.
Mashta Bridge." I was like, "I'll be right there." So I called my buddy TJ, who's TJ Morel. You know TJ?
Yes.
of course.
Yeah, I called TJ, friend of the show, and he immediately, asking for his guidance. He got a hold of FWC, and before we knew it, we had, I got to the location. I saw it was dead. It was like a 9-foot young adult.
It was baby.
manatee.
Wow.
It's like a young adult, yeah. And so FWC, we direct him right into Hurricane Harbor. He comes in on his boat, and he's on a Zodiac boat, and he, there's the breakwater there, so you can't really. The manatee was wedged up in the rocks in the corner because the tide was ripping, so it was
Oh,
up
wow.
in the
Oh,
rocks
wow,
and
wow,
like
wow.
stuck in there. It wasn't going anywhere, but you couldn't really get it out. And so he gave me a rope. I got in the water. Tied it up and passed it to him, and then he towed it. And he took it to. At first, they weren't able to find a biologist to come down and do a necropsy, so he was going to do a release back to the resource. They call
Right.
it,
Right.
return
Back
to the
to nature.
resource, back to
Right.
nature, take it offshore somewhere.
Let another
And then
shark
just-
eat it or
right.
something. Okay.
And because they couldn't find a biologist, and then a biologist called, and the team of biologists drove down from Tequesta.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and so
We're gonna
they
find out
came
what
and
happened.
they did a necropsy.
Yeah.
They did it back in the ski hole area,
Yeah, okay.
right? So they're going to then return the whatever the remains are, the
Right.
carcass and everything. They're
Back to
just
the
going to put
ocean.
it up into the mangroves. No, they're going to
Oh, okay.
no because they drove down here.
Right.
She has her kayak and she's going to take it out. Put it up in the mangroves. So.
Wow.
So we need to tell people to just kind of stay out of those mangroves for like a
Because
week.
There's going to be a dead manatee just sitting there?
No, because nature will take its course, and
Other
the predators, not so much sharks, that up in the mangroves, more like maybe
Gators?
crocodiles
Oh, crocodiles and snakes.
Yeah.
or-
Crocodiles.
or whatever the critters are that are going to come and find that thing.
Ooh.
So
Did they say anything about
gonna
how they thought it
be
died?
gnarly.
It didn't have any scars, at least from the
it had scars actually.
But not
upon
deep
closer
enough.
look,
No.
no, not deep enough, but
Yeah.
definitely they had. They did a very thoughtful and thorough process wiping it down, rubbing it down, and starting to, removing algae and starting to see scarring, measurements, obviously, and then ultimately they did a full disembowelment and literally went through the, all the
Organs,
intestines.
yeah.
So
organs.
when do we find out? Yeah.
So we can find out probably, as soon as they report it.
Run the tests
once
in the
once it
labs
all
and
becomes
whatever.
official and then reported. But a super thorough process. FWC, big shout out to them. I literally came from there right now.
Wow.
Before coming here.
And any idea? They didn't say like it might have got hit by a boat, or it has to be something like
They couldn't tell. There was nothing definitive.
I'm worried it's going to come back like some sort of toxic shit
That's
in
what
the
I'm
water.
worried about too.
Because if that's,
There was
that's been happening all over Miami in the Bay,
Right.
And it
Biscayne
hasn't
Bay.
hit here, but like it could.
That would be
It
very-
could.
So I waited
That's
until
what I'm worried
they
about.
emptied the
Upsetting.
stomach
Yeah.
and on the intestines and the intestines, and there was no marine debris or plastic in
Okay,
there.
I was wondering about the plastic too.
So it led me, to believe
The toxic.
right.
Or
Whatever.
it could be they got hit by a boat or something. Boats fly by sometimes. I see boats just.
It didn't have any bang ups,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was.
I just drove into the Key right now
Oh.
and got bombarded by everybody at the
Okay, yeah, that's
entrance.
another subject. I left my house and I was like, and it was bullhorns.
It was so intense. The
my.
loudspeaker was back.
Someone's
okay?
handing roses. It
Oh
was,
my
So
god!
it's
Yeah.
election
Rose.
season on the Key, and that can only mean one thing.
Yeah,
Crazies
the,
are out.
The corner of Crandon and
Just
Harbor.
but it was heavy duty just now.
It was-
actually fun.
it's fun, but it's a little much.
It's a
don't
little
you
much.
think?
It's a little much.
No, but it wasn't all 10 weren't out there. It was bizarro. It was.
There was
what? So
you know
how?
what? A lot
Give me
of them were
some,
out there
like, what's-
today.
I read something on the Tropical Rag about there being an assault. I didn't really dig into deeper. What was the source? The Islander?
Yeah.
Because so there was really, I didn't get any information.
Okay, so there's a candidate. There's 10 candidates this year, which is so many damn candidates. There's this guy Reynaldo Figueredo, and he goes out there with a bullhorn.
Yeah.
and, he starts yelling stuff, and
It must have been him again today.
right.
Yeah, well, he wasn't doing the bullhorn that time. It was someone else, but it's his working for
his
his
campaign.
I know
His
exactly
campaign.
Who it is? It's this other guy named Juan Santayana or Santayana.
Herrera, or, I don't know, whatever. I don't
It's
know.
his campaign manager,
Okay.
and that guy's like off the rails sometimes.
Okay.
When I see him, he gets really like fired up. Let's
Okay.
say in the chats,
Which could be good, could be bad.
So anyway, he must have said something at the beginning. At the beginning of this thing, this was not the other day. The guy was out there. Somebody was out there on the bullhorn. One of these two guys, and he was saying, from what I understand, I mean, this is like hearsay, but he was saying something like, Mike Davies stole a bunch of money to go to Hawaii.
No,
and stuff
he's
like
saying that. No, he's saying that if they vote yes for the Go bond, that the village and the mayor
Are gonna go on vacation.
are going to go vacation
To Hawaii.
And I was like, Mike, if that ever happens, you better invite me.
That-
Obviously, that's not going to happen.
That was in one
Lenny, you're
of the
not getting
KB
invited
chats. no?
anywhere,
I
man.
know no one likes me anymore, I guess. But anyway, it's not happening. It's all BS. It's weird and really not nice things to say.
I don't know why. Yeah, they were like,
It's
watch
that
out
like cheesy
for wallets.
attack, It's like one of those cheesy ads, like
Yeah, and I
this
don't know how-
guy
So where did
killed
the assault
dogs.
come in?
So
So
somebody touched him on the shoulder. Apparently, I don't know. Simple battery, which means like a touch.
it was a woman who's like half my size and super thin, and was like, "Hey, can you just turn it down a little bit? You're really loud,kind of thing."
And he
And that
filed
was to the
charges.
candidate himself or with the other guy?
The other guy.
And what happened?
And now they're the accuser
pressed charges or
of
something.
assault.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, that's a way to bring negative attention
Well,
to your
I
campaign.
think the bullhorn already was enough for negative attention. So I mean, I'm not
But what sign was he holding?
The
Figueredo.
Figueredo.
Oh, he's holding
Ronaldo
Figueredo.
Figueredo.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's just one of them. One of the many things that have happened this campaign, which is
That sucks for the poor candidate. It's like, dude, he bought all these signs, like he gave one to this guy, and that's what
I
everyone's
think,
going to
I think
remember.
we should. I
They're
think
gonna
we should
remember
give
that
I think we should give an award to the best sign design, and it goes to Michael Kelly because that's a great sign. The
I love
design
it.
is lovely.
I love
it's
it.
super cool and fun
Homegrown.
and playful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I award to Michael Kelly's designer.
Yeah. It's just being a little obnoxious instead of working together and as a community and just
I know.
running against each other with decency
With respect.
and good character and respect. It's gotten really ugly, and there's one side of the people who are running for council that are bad mouthing everyone else who's running another
So
thing. It's
silly.
just like and it's like
At
the
this point,
condos, like
everybody's just like
no, it's against
gone
it,
insane.
you know what? It's condos against. It's this whole separation thing. Condos against homeowners. It's a shit show, just like our presidential election is now too.
Wait. Can I say something that's really funny because presidential election, and I'm not going to
I
go
thought we
into
were
it.
going to
not
talk
going-
politics.
wait, no,
but this-
Lenny,
no,
you
but-
brought it up.
but wait,
you
this
said
one-
not to
But
do it, and you brought it up.
believe me, this one's
But it's just
funny.
a shitty show.
I was driving down Crandon the other day, and I was going to go to the yacht club, so I was making a left there at the Shell to go to Harbor, and I see a large cardboard cutout, some woman holding a large cardboard cutout, and I'm like, I wonder who that is, but like I obviously knew who it was. As
my
soon
God.
as I make that left, I look back, and it's a cardboard cutout of Trump
Oh man.
on Crandon and Harbor, and I'm like,
Maybe he was here. I heard he was in
listen,
Florida.
I died laughing. I'm
That's
like,
hilarious.
you know,
I know. It's just
if anybody's gonna have a cardboard cutout, it would be a
Of
Trump
course.
supporter. Sorry, that's
Can
I
I
was
ask you
putting
guys,
that.
why do you think everybody's losing their heads this time? Like
Because
real
it comes from above, guy. Of course, it comes from above. That vibe comes from
bad?
above.
Or is it COVID?
I think it's everything.
Everything.
I think
It's
everyone's
everything.
on their breaking point right now. We've been kind of stuck. What's
Social
going on?
unrest,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a lot of-
pandemic, you know,
Yeah.
Everything together.
And it's
economic meltdown.
so it's affected the key politics too. You know, people are like losing their heads.
So let me
over
ask
this
you,
race as if like
Yeah.
Let me ask you what
things are so
happens
much
with
different next week.
you know, one of the things in the big election that we're worried about is
Yeah.
what if there's a tie or it's contested or whatever,
Oof.
right?
Yeah.
Like we don't really find out on November 4th. Let's get away from the national. What about right here in the hometown? What are the ties situations? Are there ever?
Oh, I don't
We might
know.
have a situation this year where there's a tie.
We've had one before, and I forgot who it
What
was a couple
happened?
of years ago. I don't know what they did.
We did have.
I think
one.
I think there was another separate election. You had to vote again. Was that
I
true?
remember that.
I think you had to
Yeah.
vote again. I do.
There
I
was
think you had to-
Maybe
Something.
our do we have any listeners on right
if
now?
there's any listeners, if you could call
Is
in.
anyone listening to the No One's
Is
Listening
Theo
show?
listening?
It's Theo. It's Theo. I was
He's
going
like
to
a
say Theo
historian.
would know.
Theo would know for
Is he
sure.
listening? Theo,
I
can you
can't-
call
Well,
Rafa?
we'll get back
If-
to you
if
on
so?
that at our next show in about 6 months.
I hope not.
So yeah, so it's everything around it, and okay, so now let's go into. There's 10 candidates. One
Right.
thing that I think could happen is the candidates have kind of pitted themselves on like, I'm for the bond or I'm not, and like,
Right.
and like, it seems like people are voting only on that issue, right? Or maybe they're voting. on
No,
different-
that and also it's like condo versus house.
What chat they're on is a big
No,
thing.
I'm not.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm off all those chats. I couldn't take anymore. I'm even off the like good pets of Key Biscayne chat because there was a.
Good for you, Lenny.
Oh, you have no idea. There was actually like a big fight about a pet.
Of course, pets are very controversial.
I had to get out, and Alexa and I were talking about it. We're like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me?" It was a little too much, and I'm like, "Look, this is supposed to be a happy thing. Pets, we love pets.
Happy
Our dog,
thing.
my dog.
Yeah.
How do I, it got ugly, and I had to go. I left.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and that's a shame because that was my happy place.
I do.
That's my happy
It's right
place.
here,
Anyway,
though.
I'll get the one.
Are you on any more chats,
right here.
Manny? Are you on any chats, Manny?
No, I'm only on like friend chats like this one.
Okay. And how about you? Are you in the 411 or any of that?
I'm in the 401.
I'm still in that one. Yeah, I'm still on that one. That
I'm
one's
in
decent.
the KB election one that Theo made,
Oh, I'm on that one too.
but I've never said anything. I just read
Yeah.
just
It
in
hasn't
case.
gotten weird yet.
No, there was only one moment where it was like a little bit.
But there's been some mean things going on in the other chats that I've been out of.
As soon as there's a mean thing, bye. This is not the platform for that.
It's just not productive.
This is not the platform for that.
We're trying to find a charger. This is like
Yeah. Welcome back to the show.
Interruption time.
After
Anyway, we're talking about what did you do before, Anna? You missed it. What we're doing during COVID? Like, did you go out?
Yes.
Or have you gone out yet? I guess with
Yes.
Rafa, I would assume.
I have been living life and have just been lucky and grateful that everything is healthy
Good.
and good.
Good.
With some precautions, but not crazy ones, because it's been so long that I think.
I think everyone's
You have
going nuts.
to, you know,
ready to
yeah.
just go.
But we're lucky. We live in a small community, so I think that helped all of us. We were able to
I
see
think
each
so,
other
too.
in a decent way.
Yeah. Even though
And
our numbers are
I
going
think
up
that
here,
like
too.
larger cities had a harder time because you don't live so close knit all the time. We
Right.
do, so we felt comfortable seeing each
Right.
other.
Right, and the
And I think we're lucky.
outside, and the
And yeah, we're lucky. We could go outside whenever we want. I mean, I'll tell you though that when summer hit, like hard summer, which still feels that way by the way, because it's like 90 today. we had been chilling at parks in the Key and enjoying it so much. Remember, we're like in March, we're like, parks are great. Why did we never chill in parks?
Right.
As soon as like June hit, we're like
102 degrees. You're like, oh, this sucks.
Can't
But
do
then you go
this.
in the water.
Yeah.
well, the beach was closed for a while.
Oh, yeah.
The beach was closed for a while, and then it opened. I don't know. Anyway, I think we're
That's
lucky
true.
to be in a small community that we felt comfortable, and we were able to see each other without,
Right.
freaking out.
So, before we move on, like from the bullshit politics stuff, everybody's going insane. Some people are
Right.
People are saying all types of mean things, whatever. I want to hear. I don't want to know how you guys actually feel about the issues. I want predictions.
Oh.
Who you think is going to win, or as opposed to who you want. Especially for the key stuff. So let's go first with the bond. You guys think the bond will pass?
Yes.
I think
The
so.
bond is
yes.
gonna pass.
I think so. Yes. Yeah.
I believe it's going to pass 70-30.
I think so. I think so too.
That's what we need to kind of talk about. What are the-
Yeah.
I kind of think so too. even
I think
though
so.
I'm kind of against the bond,
But why? Wait a minute.
But
why
we're not
would you
talking opinions. We're
Okay,
talking
that's right.
No,
predictions.
I'm just telling you, just so that it doesn't seem like I am like.
What do you
my
think? Maybe not.
prediction.
What do you
No,
think?
I
it's
think
gonna be?
I think it's right. Because
But he
I
doesn't
think-
want it.
I think the people who are pro are some of the most respectable people on the Key.
Right.
This brings me to another thing that
Like us three here,
that I would've-
not Rafa.
If I would have made notes, I would have written this down. Do you think that the people who are the loudest in these chats are that influential, considering I just don't know. I never see them out and about. I've never met them. I only know them from chats. And it seems like, are chats real?
Right.
Or is it not going to be enough to like push
They're
people
they're
into
hiding
the
behind a
direction?
chat.
No,
Get out
they're not-
there.
They're not hiding.
Okay.
It's just like,
Then get
I've
out.
never even met you, and suddenly
Have they ever done any community stuff
Yeah,
for the
you've never done
community?
anything. You
Have
don't
you
know
helped with the
anybody.
4th of July parade? Have you done any have you helped the community at
have you-
all?
no.
Taking your time and working for free, which I've put millions of hours. You have. We all have. I agree with that. So how can someone say anything
I
without
just wonder
doing
if they'll
anything?
get the
I
votes
agree.
just
I agree.
from the chats.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe they do have a big network.
I don't
I'm
know.
not
Sometimes
sure.
I'm disappointed to find that people like chat people. It's a lot of them, and they vote,
They talk a lot.
and
though.
they. I don't
And
know.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
but
they
you
have
know,
the numbers.
I mean, I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but like, can everybody vote? That's on those, that's on those chats.
wouldn't-
Are there?
I bet you a lot of them cannot, and they
What
say
are the?
they
What
like
are you?
to say
What's
stuff.
what are the qualifications to be able to vote? You have
You're a
to.
citizen,
Oh, you have to be a citizen.
don't you?
Yeah,
Of course.
Lenny. I mean, give me a little
Yes.
civics lesson here.
You can't.
You have to
Yes,
be a
you can't. You
citizen.
can't be a resident and vote. You can't. You got to be a
A
citizen.
citizen
US
and
you
a
100%
Key
about
Biscayne
that?
resident.
100%.
1,000%.
1,000%. There you go.
So wait,
That's
wait,
good
wait.
math too.
Wait a second. So yeah, that's one of my things. It's like, do these people? I feel like people get elected onto council that know a lot of people. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but you have to know a lot of
The
people. People have to know who
popularity.
you are.
Popularity vote.
And being really popular in 3 or 4 chats, I don't know if that's really knowing people.
Okay, that's true.
So on
No, I
the
think
chats, are the candidates vocal on the chats?
Some of them are, or
Yeah?
they used to be. Or
I wonder.
I've been
I mean,
getting a lot of emails from the candidates, which I find funny. How'd they get my email?
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny.
that's a funny one. That's because like one of the candidates purged the Key Colony email list.
Oh,
and
'cause I
started
haven't gotten any.
sending- And
Yeah.
started sending
Yeah.
a thing. We can,
Okay.
we're not. Sure, it doesn't. We don't know for sure, but somebody got the Key Colony email list. at
Oh,
one
wow.
Oh, and
time.
I've been getting text messages from candidates.
Oh, me too. It's crazy too.
Yeah.
That's
Got
weird
those.
too.
I said remove me.
Yeah, it's
bad.
weird.
It's bad. So the prediction. You're talking
Yeah,
about council
prediction.
predictions?
Okay, so bond prediction. My bond
Yes.
prediction is
70-30.
Yes, because I think the people that people actually know are probably telling them, I think this is a thing. And if you see the numbers of like former Key Biscayne people that sign that thing on that pack that puts out the ad all the time, it's like you have a who's who of everybody in Key
Right.
Biscayne saying vote yes. And those who's have been here for so long, and they know so many people that I feel like, I don't know, based on that, I think it's like a yes. you know?
Right. So I'm thinking, how many candidates are running for council?
10.
God, there was 10 on the list. I don't remember.
There was
seeing
10 on the list.
Wow, I didn't even notice.
3 are going to make it. Who are they? And so
Well,
out of those 3,
I think that I can tell you the top 5, And then
Allison.
I think
Okay, let's hear your top five.
so my top
Lenny.
5, it's a
But there's
Cap.
only 3.
I know,
I know,
but
but
I'm going to
let's-
say the 5. Out of these 5, 3 are
That's
going to
a
make
good.
it.
Yeah.
That's a good way to. Kind
like
of
it too.
Have the
Yeah.
conversation.
So
I like it too.
It's Kaplan.
In no
Alice-
particular order, or
no,
are you going?
no particular order. I'm just Kaplan, Allison, Matt Bramson, Brett Moss, and Oscar.
What?
Yep.
Really?
That's my
Wow.
top 5.
Okay.
What are yours? That I think are
That
going
you
to do
think
it.
you're going to win.
Right,
You
that I
actually
think are gonna
you're
win.
have the
Yeah.
turnout.
Yeah. I
No,
think we're gonna have
that
a turnout.
not to win. I'm saying
I'm
the
saying to
top
win.
5, like in vote getting.
Yes, in vote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whoever
winning.
the top 5 that
Right.
they're going to get the closest one, the top 5.
Winning the seats.
I think that there's going to be someone from the other camp in the top 5, maybe one or two people.
What, from that
actually.
trio?
Yeah.
Keep going. I think so too, and I'll tell you why. Well, kind of think so, but I'm not sure. Keep going.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Which
I just
one though? That's the question, right?
right. Which one? So there's I think 2 really on the other. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not on those chats, obviously, but and I've tried. It's funny. You're getting emails. I'm not getting emails from
I'm getting
anybody.
emails.
Nobody's called me to hold a sign. Nothing, man. It's like
I am.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No. So, somebody did ask for somebody else, and I was like, you know what? I just can't, I've heard it's really rough out there.
It is rough out
It is.
there.
It is.
Yeah, and so I was excused. But yeah, so Brett Moss, I think, and Frank and Allison and Matt Bramson's. If it's not this year for Matt, it'll be hopefully a future year because
Right.
he's. I think he'd be
what
good.
would be the 5?
I think so, too.
The other
and
one
then,
that you think.
and then I think the 5th between Matt and then there might be either like 1 or 2 from the other side. I don't know. Louisa Conway and Jennifer Allegra, I think would.
Yeah.
So I wonder because there's 10 candidates.
I didn't give my 5 yet.
Oh, keep going.
yeah,
Go,
Rafa.
go.
The 4 for sure is the same here.
Okay.
Brett, Allison, Matt, Frank. The 5th, I have no clue.
You have no clue.
Come on, Anna.
I have no clue.
That one's like it's a toss.
But I think that Manny might be right that it might be someone from that weird trio.
Yeah,
because a lot of people on this island are thinking about that side as a side, and I mean Republican, and they've been advertising it so much that way that maybe that happens.
and they're
and it shouldn't
advertising
be
it
in
as
it,
that they're
whatever.
Republican. Is that what they're
Yeah.
doing? Oh, that's so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
They are. That's their vibe.
Have
that's
you
their
seen
campaign.
that Jeopardy
So it's
sign
like-
on the key? The Jeopardy sign with all the
No.
different categories?
No.
No.
What is
okay,
it?
well, you give your thing and I'll try to.
Yeah.
I think
no
those.
idea.
I think
I'll
the
try to find
signs of whatever. Anyway,
So the campaign has largely been fought to a certain extent on like
wait. Can I say something real quick? Sorry. And even though a lot of the people are Republican anyway, out of the 10, there's
Oh,
like
yeah,
eight
almost all.
8 out of the 10 are Republican. So I don't mean it in that way, but those 3 are running that way, and so I feel like people fell for it. I guess is the word. But okay, now you can go ahead.
Okay. So there's 10 candidates, and they've kind of all run this campaign of being for bond or against the bond.
Right.
Even though when they get elected, the bond's already going to be decided. So
Right.
it's like, what are you going to do? If,
Not really. That's another
Well, there's a
question because if
lawsuit.
there has to be a supermajority, it's got to be 5 against 2, I think, to have it pass as
Right.
you ask for money.
Sure, but what I'm saying is that the actual bond referendum is decided.
Right.
Right.
And so, what do we know? Like, if somebody's against the bond, but the bond referendum passes, has anybody asked them, what would you do? Would you try to like get the will of the people and say no because I was against the bond, or would you say, well, the people have spoken, and so I'm gonna do the thing? I tried to ask the candidates this stuff, but nobody.
They should be able to answer that easily because it comes up as projects come up. This is how I understand it. As
Right.
projects come
Yeah.
up, they can apply and access that money, and in order to do that, they have to be able to vote.
No, and
according to
nobody's even said that they don't think it's a good financing option. So in that sense, it's like nobody's even said that. They just say they want to delay it because of the projects, right? But whatever. So it's become this thing. But there's like 4 of them who are against the bond and
Right.
6 who are for the bond.
Yeah.
And if voters are voting strictly on that issue,
Who are the ones against? We know
The
against
3
is,
that are running
Luisa
together.
Conway, Armando Ciappelli, Jennifer
Jennifer
Allegra,
Allegra.
who are kind of voting as like this little block.
This weird
Right.
trio.
Then Reynaldo Figueredo as the other one against the Bond.
Right.
And the rest are for it.
And the rest
then,
are for it.
Yeah, Oscar, Frank, Allison,
Yes.
Brett,
Michael.
Kelly.
Kelly, and Matt Bramson all for it. So imagine like people actually vote only based on that thing of like how one person thinks. Then you could see a thing where those 6 people in total get more votes than those other 4 people in total. But because it's only 4 people, they get enough votes
To get a seat.
to get a seat over any of the other ones. You get what I mean?
And that was
Yeah.
your theory of the 3 people running together anyway. Like,
Yes, I think they're running together on the 3 ticket so that it's
At least
like
one of them get it, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
exactly. One of them
Right.
gets. Well, one of them. I think they have better chances.
They might
Any
die-
of them have better chances than the other side because the other side is more diluted.
I don't know. They're pretty diluted also.
Yeah, I guess they're diluted too.
They're probably
between
more
4.
diluted because on the other side there might be 2 for sure, and then the third and fourth are people who have kind of one between one and the other.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, that might
That's
be
true.
That might be true also.
do you think right now it helps or hurts the sitting council members? Because there's been so much like, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And people are so intense about it. That, do they want to see the 2 sitting council members back or gone?
So what's funny is that for all the bluster in the chats, it's not like a majority of voters. You know.
Right,
It's just
exactly.
like those chats are just loud and whatever.
Yeah.
You talk to people who aren't in chats and don't do this stuff.
People want the
and
people that are
who do-
sitting.
Who do they know? They know freaking Frank, and they know
And then Brett Miles.
And they know
Brett and
Allison.
because they've all
Right.
been on.
And they're like,
council.
Michael
Exactly.
Kelly's running again?
Yeah, totally.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know.
That's the truth. I said that. That's so funny. Michael Kelly's a wonderful, wonderful person.
I know. I hope he's-
I
both
think
Michael
I-
Kellys are wonderful people.
I think it's cool that he's running. I don't know if he would make it or not because being young and being the first, but I do think it's setting the way at least
Yeah,
I
to
like-
do
I
something
like
later.
that
I think
young
it's
guys
awesome that
into it.
someone young is running. This,
I agree.
you don't think it's awesome?
I think the fact
You
I
made a
know Mikey
face.
personally.
He's awesome. He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
He's I would say he's prudent dude in
Yeah.
all senses, and he just came off at least at the beginning like a little green. But if he somehow rode Dr. Michael Kelly's name onto the council,
That'd be great.
the council will be fine. in that
I agree.
sense.
I think
Michael's
it's,
a great
I think
human
it's
being.
awesome to have someone young that grew up here and
I
is
agree with
here.
that.
And
I agree with
I
that.
hope he
actually.
stays involved.
I
do
hope
too.
so too. I hope so too. I hope
Mike,
this. If he doesn't
Mike,
get
we're
it, I
gonna
hope,
need to
yeah.
see you from now on. I hate to break it to you, but win or lose this time, you're gonna have to go to every council meeting.
Yeah, I want
You
to
need
see
to be
that.
seen at every council meeting. Get into the, behind where the camera gets you. Make
Yeah.
sure.
We want you in
that's
there.
Mike Kelly. That's
Yes.
Mike Kelly.
We want you to
yeah,
be a
that's
voice.
Mike Kelly. That's
He's
Mike
awesome.
Yeah,
I
you're,
agree.
I agree. I agree 100%.
So one of the, that used to be a thing where you had to run twice before you got onto the council because nobody really knew you, and then they didn't,
Right.
Yeah.
and they would only vote for you the second time because they're
Right.
like, oh, I know that name.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking that that's still happening, so we'll see. But
Right.
maybe the chats have flipped it. I'm not sure.
I think we're giving too much credit to the chats
I
here.
think so too. but
I think
we'll
we're
see
like
on-
focusing too much on
We're
that.
gonna do from now on. Like you have to drink every time the word chat comes.
Oh, Lord.
It's gonna be a disaster.
Everyone's wasted,
It's gonna be a disaster.
vomiting.
I did hear that for the council meetings, they're going to go to a new hybrid, or did I dream that?
What's the hybrid?
With a number of
Some
council
people
members
there?
there, like 4 there, 2.
I
Two
don't
or three
know. I haven't
virtually?
heard that.
Really?
Hybrid indica sativa.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I've been off the chat, so I don't know what's going on with the
Oh,
hybrid.
You
drink,
know,
Lenny.
so
drink
I
twice.
worked-
That's a
I-
double. When you say chat,
Hold on,
chat, you
double
get
shot.
a drink, like double
I
shot.
did. I worked recently on a hybrid exhibition, so we did a partial viewing here in Miami, and part of it was online.
Oh, cool.
So I love how the word hybrid has become this like multi-trans.
Yeah.
I love
it
it.
started in the
Yeah,
education space for schools.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly for the
hybrid model.
universities and for the schools. But yeah, I think it's funny.
You
but
know
then
what?
I did a talk with these artists, and we had a whole discussion on what the hell hybrid means. Like, really, you know, that's funny. So it's funny to hear that the council.
Synergy.
It's just funny to hear that the council is doing a hybrid meeting.
Did work?
And we have
there's-
we have so much
There's
more
no
to
one
talk
to
about, like all the cars being stolen, the
Oh, yeah.
M whatever G class Mercedes,
Wait.
like Mac Daddy $1 billion
Are you
cars.
talking about what happened yesterday?
Well, that was part of it, but
Yeah.
they've been
What happened yesterday? Because I still don't know.
Over the past 2 weeks, there's
Yeah.
been some car thefts. Okay.
Again?
well,
These
we
guys
haven't.
come
we,
into the key.
we
young-
haven't. There's
young
been a lot of
kids.
car activity. Obviously, there was a Ferrari that we all,
Oh,
that
God.
that was.
Well, that's
Before we get into that,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
a different one. This is car
Step by
theft.
step, step by step.
Yeah.
I know.
So-
I just wanted to see the reaction.
young guys come into the key They look for cars to steal.
They know what a car looks like that's ripe to be stolen.
Yes.
It's-
by
mostly the G-Wagon.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they've been stealing.
Did you hear what the tell is though?
No, what is it?
That the mirrors are out.
Oh, yeah,
the
I read
mirrors
that.
are
Oh,
like
because
folded
that-
back like ears. You
No,
know?
if they're folded, it means
Yeah.
it's locked.
Right.
If
Right.
they're open, it means it's unlocked.
The Mercedes needs to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so the other thing is, I'm not sure if these people are leaving their keys in their cars. I'm not clear on that, but or if
Who
these
knows?
guys, or if these
I know a
guys-
car
They
that's
get
always.
probably
I
with
know
their-
a car that's always unlocked on the key.
Yeah, they would. I mean,
They're like, please take my car. Rafa's like, please take my car.
with
Please,
these-
please take my car.
With these with the keyless technology, how hard is it to hack a little to be able to start a car with your device?
I have no
So
You
wait,
can already do
can
that.
I say something that just happened to me now? I was getting my car at a valet right now. The guy in front of me is like, "Oh yeah, I didn't bring my key or I lost my key." Here, gave his phone to the valet guy to open his car and start his car. And I was like, "Oh, I wonder what car he has. It's a Tesla. You could start it and unlock it and start it with your fucking phone."
Oh, interesting.
Dude, the
What
other
the
night we were
fuck?
at the other night we were at the
There you go.
ramp at the yacht club after the cleat activity, and somebody came and it was his car there. He was in who was it in the Corvette?
Oh,
oh yeah.
Oh, it was Eddie Blanco. Eddie Blanco, the senior, Tati's dad. And all of a sudden, he's walking up to the car and he just hits his phone and just goes. The
It turns on the
Corvette
car from
fired
far.
up like
It's
everyone
cool.
jumped.
Oh my gosh.
it was a cool car.
It was a Corvette.
A keyless entry
yeah.
Corvette.
A
Yeah.
brand new vet with the mid-engine. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
And you could see the engine through the glass.
Yeah.
It was cool. Anyway.
So they're getting in and they're stealing these cars,
Yeah.
and then yesterday a huge thing happened.
So
Yeah.
yesterday there was a chase, and the guy crashed the car on the way out.
He-
and
Oh,
he
is that what happened?
Well,
He's
chase.
still-
They took off, and then that's what caused all the traffic on Crandon.
He hit
I have
two
it on
cop
very good
cars.
authority. We were at the Cleat yesterday, actually, too, and we ran into Khalil and Alexandra.
Uh-huh.
You know that they're homeowners now. I hope I didn't just blow it up for them, but
nice.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
yeah, they just settled in on
I
West
love
Mashta.
them. Aw.
Nice.
So they're on West Mashta, and they said they saw an accident, a car, and then the car backed up and rammed it again, teed up on one of the circles on Woodcrest and West Mashta. And so who knows who was banging who? It was like bumper cars on West Mashta.
Right.
And then later on, there was the traffic advisory, and the traffic advisory had kind of cryptic language. Did you notice?
Right, yeah, I did.
Police
No.
activity and traffic situation. So it was like something a little
So-
extra.
So these guys keep coming to the
So,
key.
question though about the people keeping coming to the key to do this. Don't they get caught every single time? Is the word not out that this is? I mean, you could get the car, but you're not going to get far, and you're going to get freaking caught. Why
have
do they
been
keep
caught
coming back?
almost every time,
They get caught
but-
every time,
But
even if
maybe
it's
they
later.
don't catch all of them, kind of thing, and they keep recruiting younger dudes. Like, hey, make
Right.
a little money, go to Key Biscayne and steal a car.
They
But
ran. They
there's
ran
the
police
cops
cars.
at the entrance. There's all this shit. Are they not spreading the word that it's not working out?
They're probably doing other
exhausting.
neighborhoods too, I would imagine.
So
You know,
one of the things that we were
Yeah,
saying,
for
like,
sure.
do they have the key? I think I don't know why.
the
Maybe
key
I'm
doesn't
wrong.
have security like
That the-
Coco Plum or.
Oh yeah.
I think
yeah.
the key is in the car, and I tell you why. You said maybe with the electronic key they can open the car with a hacked key or something like that.
Or from if
But
the
then-
keys in the kitchen and the car's
Right,
outside.
they're
and-
looking for unlocked cars, which from all reports is they're looking for unlocked cars because you
Right.
can just unlock the car yourself. You wouldn't need that. So
So how are they stealing it? Do they have a key? Is the key inside? What?
the key
that-
is being left inside the cars.
so that's what's happening. Well, that's
So people
stupid.
need to just
Well, you have
lock
like a
the cars.
$20,000 car, and you're leaving the key in this car. In
Oh, do you have a comment on that? You think it's not like
I have a
that?
comment. Remember that contraption that with the iron? People need to invest in those again.
Right
The,
up to your mouth. Right up to your
Oh,
mouth.
sorry. Hello. Yeah, remember that
Yeah, what was that,
contraption?
the club?
The club. Yes, everyone should get a club again. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's useful to keep your car
You
safe.
guys are
and,
old enough to remember the club.
Yeah.
Man? Oh man,
And-
welcome to the club.
Right, and
Damn
where I grew up, you would keep it under your seat because you never knew who was coming around the corner. You know what I'm
Right.
There you go.
Yeah,
saying? Always helpful.
yeah.
I love it.
helpful.
So wait.
Many
I-
uses.
Jersey.
Many uses.
Sure.
I saw Tom give a no. He thinks they're hacking the keys, or what do you?
There has to be something going on.
Don't make Ralph
You have-
upset.
Is this
Well,
on?
that might-
Is this on?
Yeah.
Yes.
There has to be something going on. There has to be a. It's on.
Yeah,
No, just
put it
put it in
right
your
on your
mouth.
mouth. Right.
It's right on my mouth.
Yeah, okay.
Listen,
Touch it.
there has to be something going on. Like there has to be the
dealer maybe or something.
Whatever, if it's a dealer or
A
not,
magic
or it's
key.
a computer that they have the software that they can go in and do something.
Probably.
Do something. I mean,
Probably.
it's not,
Yeah.
people aren't leaving their keys in their car.
That makes sense.
I love you, but
Really?
I agree. I think, and especially with so many happening, guys. If I don't live in a
Yeah.
house, but if I did, and all these robberies were happening, I'd definitely be locking my freaking car.
Of course. But it's just, they're targeting the same exact car.
Yeah. So it has
you're
to
right.
be.
So
It has
that
to be.
make-
It has to be.
That
It
means
has
that
to be.
maybe they have the
And a-
hack, or they have a guy at the
Right.
dealership or
And
something.
Yeah.
right, there's something, and a couple of them are like 2 weeks old, and like they just
Yeah.
got it. It's
on the club.
an inside job for sure.
It's the dealer.
It's an inside job.
Listen, remember the robbery in Grand Bay? That was an inside job.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember they stole
Yeah.
a bunch of artwork
Yeah.
and jewelry
I remember.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
like years ago, and it was an inside job.
Let's talk about the Ferrari.
Oh, this poor guy.
I feel so bad. I'm only giggling because he's well, so that's good.
Oh, no, he
I feel
was
bad.
he was out there with like eating a
flip
cheeseburger.
flops,
Let-
like
let's-
chilling. Yeah.
Let's talk
Set the
about the
scene.
let's
Set
talk
the
about
scene.
the progression of the information as the information became available.
Before you even say that, let's
Set the scene, set the scene.
here.
Yeah,
it's
set the
COVID.
scene.
Okay, you are like 52 years old.
He seemed
You're-
older, by the way.
Why are you
Thank
looking at me?
The
I'm-
people, the people, the
53.
people. This is you hypothetically.
in general.
You are
Okay.
this person. Okay?
Gotcha,
Imagine.
gotcha.
Dude, your life has become go to work, get home,
Rafa's
see your
assuming.
kids, same old, watch some reruns on Netflix, go to sleep.
It's not
Every
like
day
that.
You
is
don't know
like
him.
that. And
And he
suddenly
buys
you say
himself
to
a Ferrari.
yourself,
I need a
Let
Ferrari.
me buy a Ferrari.
Yeah, that's what Tom says.
cool
every
one.
day.
Sit up.
The cool one, the hatchback.
Not so cool.
Yellow.
Only the 2-wheel drive, not the 4-wheel
And it's
drive,
the-
as
it's-
we'll hear about later.
It's the FF, okay?
So this guy,
Thanks, Lenny.
apparently he lives at Key Colony because he's Griff's neighbor. He
Hang
buys
on.
this,
So that's the scene. Yes. So now we wake up on that morning, and
A
it's
rainy
it's
morning.
It's a weekday.
monsoon day.
Yeah.
It has been relentless
Weekday.
raining for days. Strong east winds,
Yeah.
king tides. It's like just out crazy.
Yes.
And it'd been raining for a while, so the streets were probably flooded. We wake up in the morning. First thing we do is we hear through the grapevines, through the chats, drink.
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 That there was we
Rough
see
as
like
playing.
a picture of a car and it's kind of white and blurry and rainy, and then Griff says on the chat early in the morning, like at
Early. Like 9.
probably 15 minutes after it happened.
Yeah.
Like
He's
around
like,
9.
man, that looks like a
yeah.
Ferrari. I wonder if it's my neighbor. He was downstairs washing his car last night, and he just
And he had
got a
just
new
gotten
one.
it.
He just got a
Just
new
gotten
one. So
it.
then the next picture comes through, because then it starts
Spreading.
happening.
Spreading in
and
the
then you look,
chats.
and it is a Ferrari, and it's got a paper tag on it, so it's new. I'm like, Griff, this is. And
It's
so
quite
then
possible.
the next picture comes through,
And it's the
and
guy.
it's not a picture. It's the most remarkable thing. A video of a dash cam that happened to be the car that this guy passed and did the whole show in
And they
front
caught
of.
the whole thing.
Unbelievable.
I've watched it 1,000 times. I don't understand what happened.
It's amazing how the guy
Well,
didn't get
earlier
hit.
when we saw the pictures, we're thinking, the initial pictures, we start doing our CSI,
Yeah. Zooming in.
It was coming in. The car was coming in because it was facing in. No, it was
Nope.
heading out. It just did like crazy.
It hydroplaned.
Spun out. Yeah,
180.
hydroplane.
And then we finally see a picture of the guy, and he's
In his
standing there.
flip-flops.
He was fine, so that resolved really the biggest question of
Of
all.
course, that he was okay.
Yeah,
I
make
think-
sure everyone was okay. And by the way,
Yeah.
if it weren't so rainy, there would have been probably, I don't know how many bikers,
Right.
or God forbid, people holding signs for the candidates,
Down the block.
which do go, like, I'm going to be the last one people see.
I'm going to
as
be
they
the
leave.
last one this morning.
Or the
People
first
see,
one.
Or the first one, whatever.
Right?
You're right.
It could have
And
been
honestly,
that way.
Yeah, you're
of all
right.
the trees that he could have swung into, those were like nice little thin trees.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happened.
George,
thank God.
George, you haven't seen the video?
You haven't seen the video?
Oh, you got to watch the video.
Yeah. Oh,
Watch
yeah,
the video.
okay. So you can
it's pretty
watch
amazing.
that
I'm glad
for a
he's
little
okay. What a bummer. Does insurance pay for that? Like, what happens?
It
Well,
has
then all the
to.
questions started about insurance.
What a
and
bummer.
then what kind of car was it and
E
how much
pobre.
was that car actually worth,
Yeah.
and like it just
Pobrecito. I mean, that's like.
Pobrecito, but the guy was, like what's
No, I feel bad. It was new, guys. That sucks.
Wow,
He
that
probably
video.
didn't know.
No,
how
you
to
know what?
control.
You shouldn't drive
Let
like
me
a
see.
fucking douche.
But,
I'm sorry.
but what did he do?
Well, it's raining.
No.
Yeah, and especially when it's raining.
No, but what
Especially
did he
when it's
do that
raining.
was so douchey? Though I watched the video. Okay, go
No,
ahead.
no.
saw it
I
for
just
the
I
first
just
time.
saw the video,
And?
and I don't live on the key, but I come in and out every day for work, and it looks like that's like the 30 mile per hour, so like the slow zone coming
Yeah.
right out of the
Yeah.
key. Right?
And it's leaving
Yeah.
the key. It's right there in the beginning, and
It's,
you're going like
it's
30.
definitely 30. How fast do you think he was going?
Yeah. I mean, he was up in the trees.
He was going from 20 to 60 really
he
fast.
spun out.
You know
Yeah.
what I
Is that
mean?
why you hydroplane? Because you're
Yeah,
going so
that's
fast?
the
I don't know.
problem.
Yeah, then he
You
spun
know.
out. And there's actually, if you
It
look on
happens
the
so
way out of
fast.
the key, you could see the black marks
Yeah.
where he was braking right there before he went into the
I
trees.
feel bad because clearly he was still learning the car. I mean, I don't know. I'm speaking as a fast
600
driver. I feel bad.
600
Is it?
horsepower, rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
It's brand new. You don't really know how to use it.
Yeah.
You floor it, and
Just
it's kind
a
of the
little,
turning part
probably.
of the road right there. You give it a little too much gas,
little puddle.
and it goes away on you a little bit, and you overcorrect or something. And
Right.
it's like,
Dude,
you
I don't know if
slam
it's
your
true
brake.
or not, but if it's a rumor or not, but apparently they checked his phone when they were looking to see if it was texting and all that, and he was actually playing Miami Vice, the Miami Vice theme. As he was going
no.
through. Yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you ain't no Sonny Crockett, man.
No,
No.
I heard he was watching Pornhub.
Playing
Manny, I thought he was watching Pornhub. That's what I heard.
I don't know
Just
about
kidding.
that.
Oh my god. What? No, but wait.
He was making a video.
Wait, Rafa liked that one. Rafa liked that one.
He believed me for a
Rafa's
second. Like,
dying.
wait a second, what? They checked his phone for
No,
10
I was like, you don't have that info, so I was
Wait.
waiting to see what the joke was.
Hey,
But wait, question though about info and phones. How the hell? Was it an Uber driver that has the dash cam? And how did that get into the chat?
I don't know. It got quick. It was like
Because
10
if it's
minutes
an
after
Uber
it happened.
driver that doesn't even live on the key,
It must be somebody from the key.
who
Yeah,
has
but how
dash
did they-
cams that it's not an Uber
and how did
driver?
it circulate so quickly?
And how did we got that footage like half an hour
Not-
later?
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes later.
I was like, what? The, who,
know.
how?
I want
the
to get a dash
progression.
cam now. I want one.
Yeah, right? You have to drive a lot for it to make sense.
But,
you
do-
drive a lot
but that's
all
what
day,
the Uber drivers have it.
Well, shit happens. You're like, wait.
Dude, have you ever seen those dash cams of video footage on like highways in Russia?
Oh, yeah. That's
And like
one-
the crazy ice slippage,
Yeah,
and,
and they-
the same thing happens, but it's
And they
like
made
in
it
the-
like with a nick of time
Yeah.
before like getting hit. Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, I just don't know how that started circulating in
Yeah.
the chats.
Well, that
Drink.
was that happened too.
that was exciting times on Key Biscayne. It was like, whose car is that? Who
Oh
is
my
it?
god!
Are they okay?
Well, I was leaving the key just a few minutes after, and Rafa was like, "Get the footage, get the footage, get the footage." And I'm like, "I'm driving. There are
hilarious.
things happening." What do you,
Rafa,
do you have a caller?
I mean, I heard
Call?
you can track this
That's about
stuff.
as much as he heard of the song.
You can.
From the exit of Key Colony to the tree.
He's like, Alexa, play John Hammer.
Poor
All right,
guy.
man. Well,
I
this
feel
has been a
bad.
great show, dude.
What are we
All
done?
right.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think
we
we're
are
about
reading
done.
comments.
Yeah.
Someone's asking about us if we're reading comments. We are.
We only
Are
read
we?
them at the end because if
I'm
not,
looking.
We only read the good ones. I'm joking.
this is what happens. with
it's
the
only it's only
comments.
2 people commenting.
If you start reading comments, then you can't pay
Yeah, you
attention
lose.
to the
Yeah, you lose.
conversation,
You
and you
lose.
lose the
I
conversation.
agree.
So we
Well,
try to.
I'm gonna use this opportunity to excuse myself.
Why?
Oh,
Because
what?
I need to go and.
Yeah,
No
Mischief
wonder you're
night?
trying to wrap up
Go
the
to a
show.
movie.
Mischief
Yeah, I
night.
was gonna go and do some
Hocus
mischief night,
Pocus?
mischief night stuff.
Don't throw any eggs at anybody.
No, I was gonna ride my bike down to the park.
Awesome.
Your golf cart's here.
I know I have to go home.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
The haunted
hi.
heist tonight. Didn't you hear?
So what else are we going to talk about? What's
So-
on the list?
Well, there's
Halloween.
no list,
Okay, so
but we could do some openings and closings. I could tell you some things.
Oh, I love that segment. Oh, Manny sat back down.
Manny
Manny
got
sat
one.
back
I got
down
a
real
quick one
quick.
for you. I got a
We
quick
love
one.
that segment.
Tell us.
Open Seas Cafe. Have you been?
Atlantic,
Nope. Open Seas. Lenny, you don't know about this
Atlantica.
place? You're going to love this place.
No, wait.
Lenny.
Open Seas Cafe. Where's it?
Open Seas Cafe. It is Crandon Park. It's
Yes, I've been there.
okay. Thanks.
I didn't know it was called Open
The
Seas
new
Cafe.
concession at Crandon
Yeah.
Park.
Where the
is
hot
called-
dogs used to be?
Have you been there recently?
I was just there with Tom. With we had tacos, fish tacos,
Fish tacos.
What?
and
Ridiculous.
a Modelo.
Wait, I have been dying for a fish taco, and
good.
I don't know why we live in Miami and there's no fish tacos anywhere.
Oh,
It's
it's
There
not a good
are
one.
at Open Seas. There's also
Awesome.
Crag Conch, with like dirty rice and
Rafa, take me tomorrow.
tostones.
Ooh.
Sounds delicious.
Cold beer, great guys. They're
Yeah.
cousins with Raina and
Yeah, you ride your
Baby.
bike there. It's so nice. Tom
So
and I had a
nice.
little picnic. The breeze from the ocean.
They
out
have
there.
See,
toss
Rafa,
boards
Tom
out
and Lenny
there.
had a
They're
picnic.
We
Take
had
me.
fun. We had
Yeah.
fun.
If you have a bike, Anna, you should ride there. So that place is open, Open Seas Cafe.
Yeah.
Check it out.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And then there's a place called Pana where the old Archie's is.
Pana, mi pana. Oye,
Pana.
pana.
Which is a Venezuelan
Next to
kind of
Winn-Dixie.
local
Yeah,
Miami
we're
chain.
Archie's, our old Archie's.
The yacht club's open.
Yeah, next to Winn-Dixie. So that opened, and it's kind of like cheap Venezuelan fare, or kind of like Venezuelan
Is it good?
South American
Inexpensive
kind of mixed
Venezuelan
up
fare.
flair.
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
yet.
Cheap
I
is
haven't
a horrible
been.
word.
Just telling the people that it's open.
How is Weirdos still open? I haven't been there ever.
Oh, Weirdos is still open.
I
Oasis
don't
closed
know.
completely
Yeah.
since we last did the show. But that was kind of a, foregone
Yeah, that
conclusion.
closed.
Yeah.
And,
Tacotology.
Psychology, but we talked about psychology on the show. We had like 2 shows
Tacopolis.
during COVID, and we talked about this.
We did.
Oh, not psychology, Tacopolis. Sorry,
Tacopolis.
Tacopolis.
All right, so that's openings and closings for
What
you.
else? Oh,
Wait,
that-
no, the restaurant at the towers, Amici,
Oh, Amici.
which I haven't tried yet.
The new Pinos.
Okay, and the place that was supposed to open in the corner of the square that never opened, that I can never remember the name.
Narbona
Didn't open
Narbona.
yet.
didn't open yet, but it looks cool.
Is it ever going to open? Is that it? Do you think it's dead?
No,
Oh
that's
my,
a
but
lot
if
of
it
money to
is, I
spend.
feel bad
Because
because.
they put a lot of money in it. It's
Yeah.
really
But
nice.
they're a chain though in Uruguay. We're not a
was it?
chain,
Boner,
but
yeah.
Nabroner.
You would love that place, Tom.
That was in the
Tom loves the
square, but
boner.
I don't think it's open yet. Okay, let me go through some things here, some comments.
Comments.
Rudy says, am I the only one who thinks it's pathetic to stand in a corner handing out roses
Yeah,
in
I
the
do.
hope to buy your vote?
No, it's a nice thing.
What? Are you crazy? He handed it to me. First of all, and they have thorns in it, and it pricked me.
That's
and I was in the golf
hilarious.
cart.
It's a little cheesy.
Is it like
but
a,
it's
no? But is
fine.
it like a spiritual thing? Is
No,
it like a
it's-
Santeria thing? Like no?
Yeah, they're trying to buy your vote. Give me money.
I'll vote for you.
Yeah, better.
Flowers?
I feel
For-
like it's
flowers
more of
for
like a
vote?
spiritual like exchange of something lovely. I don't know.
Then it should have been a white rose, like peace.
Oh, it was red.
Yeah.
Oh, so no, that
It's
doesn't
like, I
work.
love
That doesn't
you.
work.
It was weird. I didn't like it.
All
And they
right.
gave me
Still
one.
think Michael Kelly has the best poster design. I'll tell you that.
Me
I'll
too.
say it again.
What else has been happening? I know there's a lot more, but we'll get it later.
There's a lot more.
Chat bull crap, like this person said this and this candidate said this and that and whatever. And so, the polls are going to be there on Tuesday. If you're undecided, or if you're still undecided, you probably shouldn't vote.
I agree.
You're probably not smart enough to, so that's
Yeah.
it.
Or just study a
Or
little
just
bit.
study, yeah.
And here's one more thing. When do you think this COVID thing is going to officially, we can be in, when do you think normal?
Not anytime soon.
Obviously.
When the vaccine comes.
Never.
Yeah, but I'm not taking the vaccine. Are
You don't have to. You
But
just
if they
the
have, if
people-
they have it, then the public will be able to go out.
Yes, because the people who feel that they're
Okay, so that could be
vulnerable can
sooner
take
than
it.
I thought then.
Yes. Well,
So
I don't think so.
there's an
I think
opportunity
it's gonna be
that
a long
Jazz
time.
Fest might happen
No, I don't think so.
in April and May.
I doubt it.
maybe if
Are
the
you
thing-
kidding me? No.
The thing happens by
Anna,
January.
cállate.
sorry, I'm
I'll take
sorry.
a chance, dude.
If the vaccine is out by January,
I mean, I'm down to go,
maybe.
but
Yeah, I hope so. I'm betting that it's happening.
If the vaccine, so the idea
And I'm gonna
is
go
if
2 weeks.
If the vaccine is out, the people who feel vulnerable
Say right.
can take it.
Right.
yeah.
Those of you who are like, no, I don't trust it or whatever, you don't take it, right?
Right.
But then it's on you.
Right.
Like at this point,
Right.
it's on you that you're not,
Yeah.
Whereas right now, like somebody going out, it's kind of not on them because there's no viable solution to
Yeah.
not getting it, and so.
But I don't know if by April
Oh yeah. Shut
there's
I
a
hope so, yeah.
festival.
I hope so.
I mean, I
This
hope
is-
so too. Believe me, I was hoping by September, and here we are in November
Yeah.
in a couple of days.
Well, I really hope we find that vaccine, that it's a safe vaccine, and that we move on. I hope
I know.
also that people don't freak out over this election, whatever the outcome is, that we kind of just
You have to
Oh, I
accept
think
it.
it'll-
go with the flow.
I think it's going to take a lot of pressure out of things. People.
Oh my God! Right now we're all on edge because of Tuesday.
I
Like, we
agree.
are. We are.
I agree.
And,
Yeah.
the winners will be happy, and the losers will feel defeated, and that'll
Right.
last for
Right.
a little while.
Right.
Like there'll still be things, but people just won't be as hung up on it.
I
think.
agree. All right.
Exactly. People will want to move on after this.
Yeah,
I
we
think.
want-
People will want to move on already.
Yeah,
you
we're
know?
ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's tired.
No
It's been a
matter
long
which
year.
way it goes, like people will want to move on at least for a little bit.
Long
I don't
year.
care.
Tom is
Listen,
offering
I wanna wake
pickle
up
and
Hungry.
I know.
I'd like to just wake up on January 1st,
Tom-
which
Yeah.
is my birthday.
Tom's offering-
So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'll just,
Nice.
you know, it'll be my 50th birthday. Just wake up.
Oh, my God, you
50,
guys-
I'm happy.
There's
All
a-
that's
there's a
behind-
vaccine.
Election's over.
Election's over, there's a
COVID's
vaccine.
over. And,
so
you know, that's
so
it.
Tom is offering up an appetizer of pickle and mustard.
You know, I enjoyed it. I ate
He's
two
from
of them.
West Virginia.
What is it? Cheese?
It's a something.
Oh, it's a hamburger sauce.
Listen, I come,
Oh,
I come
God,
to I come
hilarious.
to Rafa's house often, and there's never snacks.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. Believe me. Wait, I there was a show 4 years
The
ago
pickles.
where we did predictions for the presidential election,
Oh, really?
and we were all like, "Oh, Clinton, maybe," and you not voted. You can't vote because you're not a citizen, but you
Did
were
the
like,
prediction.
"No, Trump's going to win."
Oh, yeah. I said Trump's going to win on the show.
And you were the only, I think so. And so I'd love to do that again today. So we can laugh about it later. Whatever the outcome is.
you
The
guys
truth.
don't read my
Not who you
newsletter?
want, but who you think is going to win.
Right.
Tropicalrag.com. I already said it. I think Trump's going to win.
I do
because-
too.
I do
because
too.
Democratic turnout is low in Florida. You need Florida to
You
win.
need Florida to
even
win.
though that they keep telling us that that Biden can win it with some other states
No,
and stuff like that.
also,
but you need Florida to win.
Lately,
and
I've
Florida's
seen
not going to be enough to go blue.
I agree.
I've seen a group of people that I would never expect to vote Trump that are voting Trump based off of the silliest things because of COVID. And
That's
by
interesting.
silly, I mean masks. And I think that's absurd because so many of their values are aligned with like preserving nature.
Right.
And if they really look into it, Trump just like shits on nature. So yeah, you have the liberty to not wear your mask. Go ahead.
Right.
And meanwhile, yesterday he signed some shit that like you could drill and like build highways in like the largest preserve in Alaska. You know, so like
Right,
I don't know. I mean,
I voted.
for
He's not going to tell you, number one.
Hey, listen.
And number
listen,
two-
but how
He
close?
can't tell us. He'll lose all
Okay,
his
two
business.
things. One thing you don't know. Listen to this.
What?
oh shit,
So I went and voted yesterday, and it was fast. I mean, it
it's
was
so fast.
quick.
In
Oh my God,
Vizcaya,
early
Vizcaya?
voting.
Except
Vizcaya, you guys-
I voted for 4 council members. And I had to go to a special desk and get the thing back and do it again.
Oh my god! So wait, what happens if you vote
Wow.
for?
I was like, well, what I did, I was like, Oscar.
Oh, you
and then
went to
I was
the
like,
desk.
Times 4. No, that's not what happened. Listen, I did vote for 4.
I told you.
and
I
what?
know
You,
you
so
did.
you
I
go
know
back
you
to the
did.
desk and you say, "Hey, give me another
But
one."
listen,
They
here,
don't-
my point to this thing is
Screwed this up.
that
They should
I
be like,
you know,
okay,
here
you're
it
outta
is,
here.
president.
not eligible to vote.
And you don't really know who all the other people are. There's like 6 people on this thing.
There's
right?
10.
There's 10.
Joe Walsh
yes.
usually.
Joe Walsh. I think Kanye's on
He
there.
runs every year.
Look, and I said there was one guy
Joe
named
Walsh from the
Woody
Eagles,
or
yeah.
something, right?
Oh, he's talking about the
Oh,
presidential
you're talking about
election.
president, not
President.
village council.
No,
Okay.
yeah, I'm sorry, not council. Yeah, I messed up council. I did. I did mess up, and I had to go back.
Oh, my
the
God.
little lady was like, "Man, you're wrong." I was like, "Okay," so I had to go to special blue desk. You know. Anyway,
Oh, my
listen,
God.
the president. How close were you to like voting for Woody? That guy.
I
down
was not
below,
even
who
nearly
you don't
close to
know.
voting for Woody.
No.
Because you just don't like either one.
No, listen, I agree, but I just.
I mean,
Yeah.
come
last
on.
year,
it's like very,
4 years
it's
ago.
absurd.
Stop. What are you
Want
going
me
to
to
say?
tell ya?
What?
4 years ago, I didn't like either one. I didn't.
You
like
voted for
Hillary, I didn't like
Pedro?
Trump, and I didn't vote for him. It
I
didn't
know.
mean that I don't love military or nothing.
No,
I
I
just
know.
didn't vote.
Gary Johnson was a good pick that year.
He didn't
Gary,
vote.
I'm going tomorrow.
Wait! I didn't
I
look
wonder-
because I was so concentrated on like doing the
George,
right
vote
thing.
tomorrow.
Was
I'm
going
Kanye
to-
on the ballot?
No.
I didn't know.
No, I am going tomorrow.
Named
No?
Woody.
Oh,
I am going
awesome.
tomorrow, but is it okay to wear your Halloween costume? And I mean,
Totally.
like, you know,
You can wear your
yeah,
Halloween
there's-
costume. Totally.
Yeah, people.
Totally encouraged.
Yes.
Oh, wait,
Encouraged.
Yeah.
Which one are you talking? Yeah.
To vote
To vote-
in your
to vote
Halloween
your
costume?
Halloween costume.
Yeah, I'm
Totally
going to vote.
encouraged. Totally
Talking about the street
encouraged.
league that we're having. So bring your costume.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
going to go there
hilarious.
first, and then I'm going to go see a
I was
concert
talking about it at
after.
the voting.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I
We're
have a
doing a concert, too.
COVID-friendly outfit. Like, there's no... I'm not going to get anything from nobody. My
Can't
outfit.
make it.
I'm so excited. It's not
All right,
comfortable.
That's the show.
All right. I love you guys. Nice
Thank
to see
you
you
guys
again.
for tuning in.
I miss you.
Yeah,
it's good to be
I
back.
miss the audience.
Me too.
That doesn't ever call us.
I miss you guys. And actually, we haven't seen Anna and Ralph. I mean, I've seen Tom and George or
I
whatever.
haven't seen you in forever.
But I haven't seen Anna in a long time, so it's good seeing you.
Passed away recently.
All right.
Just saying.
Thank you guys for coming out. I want to thank Anna, George, Tom and Lenny. I do that all the time.
And Manny that left.
And Manny who left. He left. What?
Yeah, no
What's
thank
his
you.
hand up for?
No thank you.
We have a song, Lopez.
We have a song.
No, we do have a song. It comes out.
No, we have a song.
We can do it live.
George and I do.
Okay.
Bombadito,
But you gotta put the mic on.
bombadito, bombadito, bombadito. You do that. Happy trails to you until we meet again.
Oh my.
Happy trails to you. Keep smiling on till then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together?
Oh, Lord have mercy. I have a
Just sing
feeling.
a song and think about
Sunny weather.
2, 3, 4.
Bombadita, bombadita, bombadita,
Baby Jesus.
Till we meet. Bum, bum, bum.
It's going to be a long night.
Again.
All right.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Eddie Van Halen.
We'll check you next time. Bye.